Welcome back. Well, with us right now is Candace Hawes, and among other things, she is the founder of Orange County NORML. That is N-O-R-M-L. There's no E in there. And it's the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws. Good morning.
Thank you for having me on
today. Nice to have you here today.
Yeah.
Great. Great that you were able to come on, and of course you're also a representative of Bud and Bloom. We just saw their spot there. First, tell me about your background and how you founded this organization and why.
Okay. Well, it's been 14 years now,
Yeah.
unbelievably. I was a college student, and I
2003,
yeah, I lost my financial aid for a possession charge for having cannabis on me. And so that really activated me, and that's when I went out into the community and I reached out to NORML, who's our
it's a national organization.
Yeah, it's a national
right?
chapter, and they helped me spread the information out that there's someone wanting to open a chapter. So 14 years ago, we held our first meeting, and ever since then, you know, we've just been a group that keeps growing. And we recently ran an initiative in Santa Ana, which is the reason that we now have the medical marijuana dispensaries there licensed. So we do a lot of local lobbying. We also have monthly meetings. Every third Friday of the month, we have a meeting at Fuddruckers in Lake Forest at 8 p.m.
Okay, good hamburgers there. Right?
Yeah, delicious.
Now, recently you came on board with Bud and Bloom.
Yeah.
Right. So tell us about that.
Yeah. So Bud and Bloom is one of the locally licensed dispensaries in Santa Ana that came out of that voter initiative that our chapter sponsored and ran. So I'm very glad that after opening up that they reached out to me and that I'm able to actually work with one of the collectives that we helped to be able to open in Santa Ana. So Bud and Bloom is a really, really excellent location. I'm glad I get to be there. We like to think that we're redefining the cannabis retail experience. It's unlike any other dispensary that people have ever been to if they've had a chance to visit one in Orange County. It's very welcoming and warm and inviting. When you walk through the door, you're handed a basket. First-time patients are taken on a tour, show patients all the different various delivery methods that we have and the great variety of products. We also have a community outreach program where we're holding support group meetings, educational meetings, and really trying to give back to the community.
Okay, let's clarify a few things because people who are meeting you, so to speak, for the first time, as I am, let's talk about, you know, there's obviously a lot of controversy in this throughout the country and in various areas. So what is your take on all this? Now, there's two things we're really kind of looking at here. I'm sure NORML is looking at this. You're looking at medical marijuana. Something that your physician prescribes for you. You can go to a place like Bud and Bloom and get various different, as you said, different methods. And there's also the recreational side, right? Let's talk about first both those sides and your take on both those.
Yeah, well, actually, a lot of people are confused right now about the two different laws. We did pass Proposition 64 in November, just recently, which immediately gave people the ability to possess up to an ounce of marijuana on them. But that does not allow them to go into any of the retail locations legally and obtain cannabis. So as of now, probably until 2019, if people want to buy cannabis from one of the legally licensed locations, they still need to have a recommendation. Now, there are some places that are allowing people to buy it recreationally at this point, but that's not really legal, but they are doing it, unfortunately. If people want to buy marijuana at the stores, the best thing is to stay a patient until 2019. The state's going to start accepting applications for state licensing January 1st, coming up here really quickly. And then we have a year to transition. And by January 1st, 2019, they should start opening those recreational stores where people can buy marijuana without a license or without a doctor's recommendation. They'll still have to be 21 years or older. But yes, once that begins, NORML's going to undertake an educational campaign because there's a lot of people that are going to be using it for the first time. With medical, you have some layers of education before people first use marijuana. You have your doctor's appointment, your physician's appointment, where you're explained all the side effects and all the benefits, you know, and you talk about a treatment plan. And then also when you go to the medical marijuana dispensaries for the first time, they're very understanding of new patients, and so they give you education. With the recreational market, we're really worried that people are going to be buying the product and taking it home and taking too much. So we're really going to put a lot of energy and effort until then for the next year and a half of really educating people about taking it slow, taking low doses and being very careful about when you take it.
There are states that are recreational now, or am I wrong?
Yes,
okay.
Already Washington and Colorado and Oregon already have their recreational marijuana programs operational. So you can already buy marijuana in those states. And we've seen some really great numbers come out of the recreational marijuana sales, and medical included. Colorado, I think, made $75 million their first year in medical marijuana and recreational sales tax. So multiplying that by 7, because that's our population here in California, we could almost have $750 million in tax revenue coming into our state. So I'm really excited about the new laws and to see the effect on our economy, but there's also some challenges that are going to come with it.
Some of the controversy behind that, and this is why you're part of NORML, to get out education, is that all of a sudden there's going to be increasing amount of users and the problems that can come with that. So let's look at that side of it. Let's also look at maybe the plus side of it, that if there's more recreational dispensaries, so to speak, it hopefully will cut down on what's going on the street, so to speak, right?
Yes, that's what we've actually found, that when you put marijuana sales into licensed locations, that it does affect the black market. When there's a greater variety and things are the same price, if not cheaper in one of the licensed locations, then it does affect the black market. And that's what we've always tried to tell city council members when we approach them. Dealers don't ask for ID, but the licensed dispensaries do. So it would be better to have it in the hands of licensed dispensaries than in the criminals, because I don't think that further drug problems are caused by marijuana, but perhaps by the drug dealers. So when a kid goes and buys marijuana from a drug dealer, they have other things. But if that drug dealer doesn't have a job because the marijuana is being sold in licensed locations, that child doesn't have an opportunity to be exposed to other things. So that's why I think that it'd be best to have it in licensed legal locations.
Okay, very good. Now, I know there's a couple websites to go to. One of them, of course, is Bud and Bloom. So if you want to go to their website, very easy to do. I always tell people, if you forget the website name I give you, just Google Bud and Bloom OC, because that's basically what it is. It's very easy. And then for Orange County NORML, you can Google OC NORML. Again, there's no E in there. It's NORML. So very easy to find. And from there, you can get all kinds of information from both of those websites. And if you want to find out more, you can. When's your meetings at Fuddruckers?
We have meetings the third Friday of the month. And I also wanted to let patients know that if you're new to medical marijuana and you're unsure about what type of marijuana and what dosage to use, we have a new program at our collective, the Individual Patient Consultation Program, overseen by a pharmacist who can go over your medical history, the drugs that you're taking now, and he can set up a treatment plan for you and tell you what delivery method might be the best for your medical condition.
All right, very good. Nice to meet you. I'm sure we'll see you again. You take care, and we will be right back.